Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have another brand new Mattel Jurassic World Dino Trackers Danger Pack figure to take a look at, and this is actually the final figure from the newest wave that we needed to review. We have the Pyroraptor. Now this one has a very different look and feel to it compared to the previous Pyroraptor releases in the Mattel line. They really went out there with the coloration of this one, but I actually really like it. When I had first seen the images of it, I was like, oh boy, that's pretty ugly looking. But as time went on and I saw more images of it, I really started to enjoy it. And it's obvious where they got the inspiration. We have macaw style coloration on this one. And as it turns out, again, I think it actually looks really cool and definitely looks natural at the same time. Kind of like the type of coloration I could see on a Beasts of the Mesozoic figure or something like that. So really cool on the part of Mattel to kind of give us something a bit different when it comes to a Pyroraptor. On top of that, here on the back of the packaging, you can see all the other figures here in this wave of Dino Tracker Danger Pack figures, and all of which now, after we're done here with the Pyroraptor, we have reviewed already. So make sure you check the, channel out for the other reviews of those figures. But anyway, let's get back to the Pyroraptor and check this out by popping it out of the package right now. So here is our Pyroraptor, and now out of the packaging, looking quite spiffy. Again, I think it looks very cool. I think they did a very good job of choosing coloration on this that looks naturalistic but really flashy. And considering again the fact that this is a fully feathered dinosaur, it is cool to see this type of coloration on something like this. I feel like we really haven't had any coloration like this on Mattel figures in the past that just again grab my attention as much as you do with this one, where you can very clearly see the inspiration for the coloration on this being again a macaw. But very, very cool looking, honestly. Love the coloration of this here in hand. Definitely way better than I expected it to be. So let's jump to a closer look at it right now. So this figure is definitely a repaint. There's nothing new about this one that I've noticed so far compared to any of the previous Pyroraptor releases outside of the coloration. And I just had a different one out, the extreme damage version, a moment ago, and I was kind of comparing the two together just to see if there were any differences sculpt-wise, and I don't see anything at all. It all looks pretty much the same to me. So the only thing we really need to go over would be the coloration of the figure, because that's really the only thing different. So as you can see here, for the face, we have a nice black tone of color, and then we also have this nice white tone, and it all has kind of a satin shine to it, a nice glossy look, which is something Mattel does from time to time, where they give you a little bit of coloration on the face and kind of make it look a little shiny to really draw you in. And I used to really not like it, but as time has gone on, I've kind of gotten over that and really become kind of a fan of it. And I think it looks nice on this one yet again. Really definitely makes that face pop quite nicely, and the design and everything that we have here for the face looks very cool. You can also see we have a nicely painted eye with an orange and a nice black slit-like pupil. We have the teeth here that are obviously showing because we've got a nice articulated jaw. If we can get it open, having a little trouble doing that. There you go. You can see the teeth are kind of big and bulky, not so nice looking, but they look okay, I guess, for what they are. They're painted with a yellowish tone. Mattel lately has been kind of giving a lot of their dinosaurs gray teeth, but this time we've gone back to that kind of like yellowish tone like we have seen a lot in the past. We have a nice pinkish tone here for the inside of the mouth as well. You can see a nice gloss coat. Definitely some sloppiness to the paintwork on the inside of the mouth, though. The tip of the tongue is painted with the same color as the teeth, and you can see there's quite a bit of that paintwork from the teeth that has run there onto the side of the tongue. So there is definitely some sloppiness to the inside of the mouth. Nothing going on the upper side, but a little bit of sloppiness to the paintwork. But that's not something we see too often from Mattel, so it's excusable, I guess. But you can see the jaw worked very nicely right there. Definitely a nice articulated jaw as always. As you lead back here into the neck, you can see we kind of transition away from that very dark tone of color, that black tone, to a variation of a blue, and it's a really nice, very appealing looking blue. Definitely pops very nicely on the figure. I'm actually a very big fan of that bluish tone. You can also see here on the underside we transition to that blue from the black, but we very quickly pick up on that yellow there starting in the throat region. And as you lead down, you have that blue overtaking the upper part of the dinosaur, but we also have the yellow overtaking the lower part of the dinosaur. You can see the arms are painted entirely in that blue. You can see there is no paintwork for the nails, and it also doesn't look like we have a gloss coat on the nails or anything to make them shine. Here in the stomach region, you have the kind of blue running down, the yellow running up, and they just kind of combine and mesh right there, and almost battle it out for which color is superior. But I would say the blue kind of wins, because as we lead back here, we do have the yellow that has completely overtaken the legs. The nails here on the legs do in fact have that nice gloss coat, so we do have that shiny look for the nails down here. No specific nail paint, but there's definitely a gloss coat on them. It looks like we don't have dew claws, which I've never noticed before. There are no dew claws on this figure. But as you lead back up into the tail, you can see again that we have nothing more than that blue leading out, and that's the same thing here for the underside. The yellow tapers away, and then we have nothing but the blue here running the rest of the way out. We also do have, again, articulation in the neck. It can go up, it can go down, and also swivel, so you can get, you know, really nice posability. Not the best in the world, but pretty nice. You also have arm articulation forward and back, leg articulation forward and back, and then a swivel tail as always. And then we've got the Jurassic Facts app code right here if you would like to add the Pyroraptor to your collection. But that's really about it. Definitely, again, a really cool looking repaint, but there's nothing more than a repaint going on here. So if you're not a big fan of this paint scheme and you do have an older Pyroraptor, it's not necessarily something you should pursue, but if you are like me and you do like the coloration, I definitely recommend picking this one up. Now, I don't feel like we need to do any sizes, no measurements, no comparisons, really anything like that, because we are very familiar with the Pyroraptor figure. If you have been collecting the Mattel line for a little while, or at the very least from Dominion on, you'll probably have at least a few Pyroraptor in your collection. But there is only one comparison I am interested in showing you guys, and that of course is a comparison with another Pyroraptor. So this obviously shows you that, again, they are the same sculpt. There's nothing different going on here that I can pick up on between the two. Everything from the positioning of the limbs to the feather detail looks the same to me, of course, except the extreme damage one had an action feature, but that's really about it. But still a very cool new repaint for sure. So this brand new Mattel Jurassic World Dino Trackers Danger Pack Pyroraptor is pretty fun, you know. Again, if you do already have a Pyroraptor in your collection, it's not like it's as awesome as the Dacosaurus or Borealopelta, because it's not a new species hitting the Mattel line. It is one we've had quite a few of in the past, but it is easily the most vibrant and most out there color scheme we've had for a Pyroraptor. And I would say the first one that really far strays away from the Dominion look, because we've got, again, a very colorful, very macaw-like color scheme for this version, and I think it looks nice. Again, I think the only thing I would have done would have been maybe add a little more of that yellow leading out into the tail, at least a little ways, and then of course painted nails. But outside of that, I think it looks very cool. Definitely a really neat coloration to choose, very nice inspiration, and not something I would have ever expected to look so good on a species of dinosaur like this. As I said earlier, very beasts of the Mesozoic like, I would say, because they take some very cool species of modern animals and then turn them into color schemes for prehistoric animals that somehow always look nice and natural, and they definitely did that here as far as Mattel goes with this Pyroraptor. All of the paint application looks nice and naturalistic as well, pretty smooth throughout, and on top of that you also have some fun articulation, considering this is a danger pack. There's no action features or anything like that, just straight up articulation, which in my opinion is always fun. I'm not always the biggest fan of action features or anything like that. I'm always more partial to just straight up articulation, so that's one of the many reasons why I really do love the danger packs. And of course, the sculpt is great. It was really nice when we had it for the Dominion line, and it's still nice now. I would have liked to have seen a resculpted version with more feathers on the arm, more of a screen-accurate appearance, but maybe that's something Mattel could do for the future. Maybe re-release a Pyroraptor in the Dominion colors with a more screen-accurate sculpt. That would definitely be really cool, rather than just continuing to give us repaints. So maybe something for the future if Mattel gets around to it. But regardless, it's definitely another cool figure, and one that is, again, worth picking up if you ask me. So if you are interested, make sure you check your local Walmart. Again, a huge thank you goes out to my good buddy Matthew, who helped me to acquire this as well as the other two new danger packs. So make sure you check your local Walmart. Good luck, happy hunting, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.